Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Swatma Darshanat Isha Darshanam. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, experience of the truth cannot be by remaining other than the truth. Because in all other fields, knowing is different from the known. But when it comes to the self, here knowing is being and being is knowing. But when these basics are not clear, then we keep on struggling. That I want to realize, as if the realization and me are two entities. It is something like, I want to reach me. What I had to reach me? I want to see my own eyes with my own eyes. What I had to do? Atma Chintan. How do you reflect on yourself? So, also, if we are divine, why we are not able to experience our divinity? This is the question. The question raised was that abhanena param prema bhanena vishaya spruha. That which we do not know, we cannot have infinite love for it. And if we know the truth which is complete, there is nothing lacking, then we should not have desires. But both the things don't hold good. What is the reason? That we do not know ourselves. And the teacher told, it is because of the pratibandha, the obstacle. Now what was the obstacle? The obstacle was this. Why we are not able to focus our attention on our eyes? Because we are preoccupied with the colors and forms. See? So what is happening? Our preoccupation with the colors and forms is an obstacle because of which our attention is not drawn to our own eyes. Why we are not able to contemplate on the self? Because we are busy on contemplating on the not self. So what is the Atma Chintan? Atma Chintan is absence of Anatma Chintan. Then we come to a point. Atma Chintan, in fact, is not Atma Chintan at all. It is only the absence of objectivity is reaching the subject. So this pratibandha, these obstacles, they are to be removed. So, example given was, so many children are chanting and we can't hear our child sound because others were also chanting. So ask others to keep quiet and see that you can hear in the same manner. Withdraw from the world and you come to a point where from you cannot withdraw. That is Atma Chintan. Whenever you are not normal, when you go away from yourself, you will have to struggle. Like that person who is hard of hearing, he has to struggle while listening to the satsanga. And therefore, he or she gets tired. Because too much of struggle, too much of efforts. And as a result, he drops the satsanga and goes to sleep. Because he is tired. Others are not, because they are normal. So whenever we get tired in our life, we were not normal. Because their I is born. I want this, I want that. See, there is one Upanishad, Tejo Bindu Upanishad. There it is clearly also in Yoga Vasishta Darshan. There also is clearly mentioned. Even the desire to know the truth is an obstacle. Desire, whatever it may be, it is a desire. See? There is nothing like good desire, bad desire, good thought, bad thought, no. Therefore, these obstacles are to be removed. So, who is the one creating the obstacle? So, Chidananda Maya Brahma Pratibimba Samanvitaha Tamo Rajas Sattva Gunaha Prakriti Dvividachasa. So, this absolute reality expressing through the conditioning of the Prakriti, which is of the nature of three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. It creates three different things. When it is the Tamoguni Prakriti, then the world is created. Then it is a Rajoguni Prakriti, then a Jiva is created. When it is the Sattva Guni Prakriti, Ishvara is created. So, one Paramatma, one Brahman, because of these three conditioning. Prakriti, Tamoguni Pradhan, names and forms. So, Paramatma plus Tamoguni Prakriti is world, Jagat. Same Paramatma with Rajoguni Prakriti, full of desires, is Jiva. The same Paramatma with the Sattva Guni Prakriti is Maya, the Ishvara. So, one reality is as if covered under these three conditionings. Like, the woman is covered behind the daughter, behind the wife, and behind the mother. So the woman is hidden. And then who is disturbed? The daughter is disturbed. The wife is disturbed. The mother is disturbed. Now what sadhana, what efforts, how much time it will require for a wife to become a woman, a mother to become a woman, to the daughter to become a woman. The rule will be, these three can never become the woman. Why? They are already women. That already woman, she became daughter, she became wife, she became mother. So these three conditionings, they are the obstacles. And because of this obstacle, the woman is hidden. In the same manner, why, although we are divine, we are not able to experience our own divinity because we are preoccupied. Like all the people who talk to us, they are unable to understand this point. They are lost in a particular standpoint. They don't want to change it. Now you take your own experience. When we are talking to somebody and somebody is asking their problem and issues, and then we explain them. So when you stand out of their problem, you are the best advisor. Therefore, every Indian is a good philosopher. But when the same problem, same issue comes in their own life, they become the philosopher. The wisdom is gone. Now what is the secret? Secret is, when it is somebody else's problem, you can stand apart and watch. But when it is your own problem, you are buried in that problem and want to come out of it. Just get these points clear. This will not happen by doing pranayam. This will not happen by going to the temple. This will not happen by chanting Lord's name. This will not happen by doing the puja or charity. Foolishness can be rectified only by wisdom. See, my friends, therefore, sattva vishuddha vishuddhabhyam maya vidye cha te mate maya bimbo prashikritya tam syat sarvajneshwaraha avidya vashaga ashagahatu anyaha tar vaichityat anekadha saha karanam shariram syat prajna tatra abhivanava. So, now the creation is explained from two standpoints, from the causal and the effect level. Now first cause level and then we will come to effect level. Ishvara is the cause and the totality. Prajna is the cause and the individuality. Then Tejasa and Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha is a cause at the totality. Tejasa is a cause at individuality. Hiranyagarbha is wielding the total subtle body called as the Mahat Tattva, and Tejas is holding the individual subtle body called as the subtle body. Then the third one, the Ishvara is wielding the Maya, the total power, and individual is at the level of the Prajna. So Ishvara Prajna 1, Hiranyagarbha, Tejas 1, and Virat and Vishwa is 1. So cause, effect, cause, effect, cause, effect. In this manner, Tamaha Prakrute tat Bhogaya Ishwaradya Vyat Pavana Tejumbu Bhutani Jadnire. Now the world is created. After the world is created, now what is going on further? The process of creation is taught. Be very attentive. When the process or the topic of creation is discussed, be very clear about it. We do not want to prove creation. When something is told, what is the purpose of telling that? See? The purpose should be very clear. But when the purpose is not clear, then the truth is hidden. Like one example I'll tell you. One professor of physics somewhere in US, he asked me this question, he was driving. And he said, Swamiji, there is nobody in the car, so I can get all my doubts clear. Please tell. I said, start. He said, how the creation is explained in Vedanta. So I told him, we don't entertain stupid questions. He got so worried. What? I said, yes. We don't believe that there is a creation. Tell me your theories of creation. So they have got a standard theory, black hole theory and Big Bang theory. Can there be a window without a wall? To have a window, you have to have a wall, is it not? And what is a window? A hole in the wall is a window. So when you say black hole theory, hole in what? Your head or my head? Hole is not an object. It is absence of something. And from that black hole, the world has come out. First. Second is Big Bang theory. Bang can happen when two things collide. If I simply move my hand, there won't be any bang. If I want a bang, I want somebody's face. See? Because you are taking for granted the world is the real one. Therefore your theories are like that. We ask a question to you. When you ask this question, when the world was created, how the world was created, you have presupposed that there was a time when there was no world. Then only this question is valid. See, how can you say when there was no world? Who was there to prove that there was no world? And whenever we ask about time, we mistake that time is a straight line. For a straight line only, there is beginning and end. Like this mic stand. This stand arm is straight line. So this end is one end, this is another end. But if we take a circumference, a circle, then which is the first point and which is the last point? Is it not time, a circle? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, again Monday, Tuesday. And any day can be any day. Now today is Saturday, isn't it? Because it is accepted by everybody, does it mean it is truth? If today is Saturday here, in America it will be Friday or Sunday. Whether that is right or this is right. I was in somebody's house for food and they say, Swamiji, today is Thursday, we are all the followers of Sai Baba and we all observe fast today. So, you will accept the fast food? I said, no, today is not Thursday. The best way is to confuse somebody. No, today is Thursday. I said, what is the proof you tell me? I said, yesterday was Tuesday. Today cannot be Thursday. No, Swami, yesterday was Wednesday. No, day before yesterday was Tuesday. No, that is not. Yesterday was Tuesday. Now you try to prove. On what ground you say today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? It's all imagination. See, when you go to Mathura, Vrindavan, that area, many walls you will see written, Jai Gurudev. Satya Yug Aayega. So when that was there, somebody asked me, Swamiji, do you believe in this thing? I said, forget about it. You tell my questions, answer them. What is today? He said, today is Sunday. I proclaim Monday Aayega. After Sunday, naturally Monday will come. What great wisdom is in that? Now which is the yuga going on? It is the Kali Yuga. So how many yugas are there? 4. Time is a circle. Satyayug, Tretayug, Dwapar Kali Yuga. Again, Satyayug, naturally, after Kali Yuga is over, Satyayug will come. What great proclamation. Oh, that means it is bluff. I said, even this is, Kali Yuga is also a bluff. Friends, rise above all these things. So what we have to understand, when the theories of creation are explained in our scriptures, they are not meant for proving how the creation took place. That is the purpose. Similarly, when the principle of last life, this life, next life is told, it is not for proving that we were earlier, now and then we will be dying and born. No. The principle of hell and heaven is not booking our seats there. The purpose of every topic, whether it is creation, whether it is karma, whether it is soul, whether it is devotion, whether it is upasana, anything you take, the purpose is come back to yourself. Then we are studying Vedanta. Otherwise, all the time, I have been chanting for so many years, Swamiji, nothing has happened. Another question is, to whom? To God? What you want to happen to you? See, friends. And therefore, many elderly people, this question, Swamiji, please don't make fun of me and don't quote my example in your lecture. I said, all right. And the question is, Swamiji, what happens after death? So what can I reply? I said, when you are alive, nothing has happened. What can happen after death? Keep on imagining the things. Therefore, here, the process of creation is explained not to prove that there is a creation. Focus your attention to the origin. So, continuing further. Sattvaṁ panchavisteshan kramadhindriya panchakam shrutvatva akshirasana granakya upajayate taihi antakarana sarvaihi vritti bhedena tadvidam mano vimarsha rupam syat buddhi syat nishchayatmaka. Now this Paramatma wielding the conditioning of the Sattva Guna. Now from this Sattva Guna of 5 great elements. So the space Sattva Guna, air Sattva Guna, fire Sattva Guna, then water Sattva Guna and earth Sattva Guna. From these 5 elements, Sattva aspect, the 5 respective sense organs are created. From the Sattva Guna aspect of the space, ears are created. From the Sattva Guna aspect of the air, the skin, Tvagendriya, where touch is the experience, is created. From the Sattva Guna aspect of the fire, the vision is created. From the Sattva Guna aspect of the water, the tongue, which is tasting, rasana is created. From the Sattva Guna aspect of the earth, the grana, the smelling organ is created. So when we read this, oh, okay. And then you want to teach others, and then you get confused. Whether the nose has come from the water or the water is coming out of the nose. Don't get lost in this. Then, this is from individual Pancha Mahabhutas. 5 respective sense organs are created. Then, from the collective Sattva Guna of the 5 great elements, the mind and the intellect is created. Therefore, eyes are limited only in colors and forms. Ears are limited only in sounds. But mind entertains all the 5 sense objects. Because mind is made up of the collective Sattva Guna of all the 5 elements. And so is the case of intellect. Now what is the difference between mind and intellect now? When the state of thoughts in a chaotic condition, that state of the thoughts is called as mind. When the state of the thoughts in a decisive condition, doesn't matter right decision or wrong decision, that state of the thoughts is called as the intellect or the buddhi. See? Now when this is explained, it is so perfectly explained, and we start taking it is really, I understood. Paramatma, Sattva Guna, 5 great elements. But Swamiji, when we listen, that time we remember, but when we go out, we forget. Forgetting is a bliss. Learn to forget. This is the biggest gift God has given us. Those who cannot forget, they can't even sleep. And those who are able to sleep, they can forget easily. See, friends. Now, after this is told, then now our instrument of communication is ready. 5 Jnanendriyas, intellect and the mind. Through this, we communicate with the world. Now we have to get into activities. So, Rajonshai Panchamisteshan Kramat Karmendriyani tu Vakpanipada Payupasta Abhidhanani Jadnire. Then again, the 5 great elements, Rajoguna aspect of each one of them respectively, the 5 organs of action, namely the speech, the hands, the legs, the organ of excretion, and upastha, the organ of procreation. These are created from the Rajoguna aspect of the Pancha Mahabhutas. Now, like for the Jnanendriyas, organs of perception, there is a source, mind and intellect. In the same manner, for the organs of action, there is a source of power, and that is called as the prana. And therefore, taihi sarvaihi sahitaihi prano vritti vedat panchada prano apana samana chaudana vyanau chatepnaha. Similarly, from the Rajoguni aspect of these 5 great elements, the Pancha Pranas are formed. Be attentive. It is said in Yoga Shastra, from the nose, 12 fingers, this width is 12 fingers. From the 12 fingers away from the tip of the nose is air. And when the air comes in the proximity of the nose outlet and 12 fingers, it starts getting converted into the prana. The same air which is one outside becomes prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. So this is the powerhouse. Now this powerhouse, prana shakti, that is responsible for providing energy to these 5 organs of action. Now get the complete picture. Our body is a house that will come across after this shloka. Our body is a house where we are living. Then in our house, what are the things? There are 2 things. One is the power supply, and secondly the means of communication. So the power supply to the body is these prana shakti and organs of action. And the means of communication, mobile phones, then landline, fax, WhatsApp. These are the means of communication. They are the mind, intellect and the Jnanendriyas. So this is the picture of our personality. Body is the house, like this hall is the house, is the body, sthula deha. In that the power is there, because of which we are able to see the fan is going on and everything is fine. And then because of this mic, I am able to communicate to you. This is our personality. See how perfectly it is explained. Then these 5 pranas are created. Okay. Thereafter, buddhi, karmendriya, prana panchakai manasa saha, shariram saptadashabhi, sukshma tallingam uchyate. After having explained this, now the subtle body is explained. What is subtle body? The mind, the intellect, the 5 sense organs, the 5 organs of action, these pancha pranas. So how many? 5 organs of action plus 5 organs of perception, 10, plus pancha pranas, 15, plus mind and intellect, 17. These 17 factors go together in the making of the subtle body. So the causal body is, then subtle body is, now the gross body. Now, continuing further, Prajna Tattva Abhimanena Taijasatvam Prapadyate Hiranya Garvatam Ishastayor Veshti Samashtita. Now, in the totality, this what was Prajna becomes identified with this subtle body, and Prajna is called as the Tejas, meaning the deep sleeper now is reduced to the dreamer. Like he was a son first, then he got married, now he is reduced to the husband. Then he will be having a child, then he will become a father, then he is further reduced to a father. So the same man, he became first son, then became husband, then became a father. But where is our attention? Our attention is not on the man. Our attention is on the son, on the husband, on the father. And who are miserable? These 3. Exactly this is what happens when the students study Vedanta. Their attention is so much focused only on the body, mind, intellect, body, mind, intellect. That is not the important thing. Important thing is to whom the body belongs. This is the difference when you study scriptures. Where is your focus? So, Prajna Tatra Abhimanena Taijasatam Prapadyate and Hiranya Garbhatam Ishaha. And Ishvara become the Hiranya Garbha, and in this manner the Hiranya Garbha is the Samashti and Tejas is the Vyashti. Then Ishvara is the Samashti and Prajna is the Vyashti. Samashti means totality, Vyashti means individuality. So what is the Ishvara for the total creation is the Prajna, me, in the deep sleep. The total world is created by Ishvara. Our life is created by the Prajna, the Karan Sharira. See, all things are stored in the totality in Hiranyagarbha. All things are stored in individual in this subtle body. Experiences never happen to the gross body. All experiences happen only to the subtle body. See, because subtle body is the experiencer. Gross body is just a house. One day I went to somebody's house to meet my friend. When I knocked the door, the maid servant opened the door and they know me. He said, Swami, please come in. I said, no, Mr. Gupta is there. No, Swami, he has gone out. I said, okay, I'll come later. No, you come inside. If he's not there, so what? Walls are there, furniture is there. Have I gone to see the walls and furniture? In the same manner, when I come to you and you are sleeping, And then I keep on talking to you. He may be sleeping, doesn't mind, but I talk. To whom? Am I talking to the body or to the embodied? How important it is. Therefore, the first step is rise above body identification. But our whole life is only buried in this body, body, body. See? Then, continuing further, samashti ishaha sarvesham swatma tadatma vedanad tad bhavat tato annetu katyante veshti sannaya. Then, this samashti, the Ishvara and Hiranyagarbha, he is holding all the Tejasas in him and in the form of becoming identified with them. If you have studied Bhagavad Gita and 8th chapter, there karma is defined by Bhagavan Krishna. Karma is Visargam Karma Sanjitam. Visarga means the total karma is accumulated in the Hiranyagarbha, and therefore nothing is created new in our scriptures. Yatha purvam akalpayat. Like when we go to the sleep, then whatever was stored in our mind before sleep, that alone becomes manifested when we wake up. So what was the sleep? Sleep was only whatever was, it became unmanifest. It became manifest. It became unmanifest. And manifestation happens in the mind. Body is only a place where it is expressing. See? Therefore, samashti isha sarvesham swatma tadatma vedanat tada bhavat tatonnetu katyante veshti sannaya. In this manner, Ishvara, Prajna, Hiranyagarbha, Tejasa and Virata and Vishwa. These are the cause, effect, cause, effect, cause, effect. Come to recognize this. Now, continuing further. Tad bodhaya punar bhogya bhogaya tarajanmane panchi karoti bhagavan pratyekam vyadadikam. So now the jiva is created, Tejas. Now be very attentive. Up to the point of Tejas, the jiva is a principle. It is a manifestation. After this jiva, the manifestation, becomes identified with a particular gross body, then he is called as the jiva, a soul. At the level of the Hiranyagarbha or Tejas, it is a totality, it is the principle of life. But when that principle of life becomes identified with one particular body, then that jivana, life means jivana in Sanskrit. The jivana is reduced to jiva. Like man is a common noun. Husband is a common noun. But when a man gets married to a woman, he becomes a husband. And that a husband, although it is a common noun, but he makes himself to be a proper noun. And I, as a husband, is miserable. So if he has to get out of the miseries of the husband, what he has to do? He has to know husband is a common noun. It is not a proper noun. Therefore, every husband is miserable. If you are miserable, what is great about it? Forget about it, relax. Thank you so much. In the same manner, jiva, we are not jiva individual. We are jivana. We are life. Life-wise, we are all common. Individuality, we are different. And individuality is born on account of body identification. Body-wise, we are different. See, friends, mind-wise, we are all same. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, confusion, anger, same. What is the difference? See, my friends, therefore, when we are able to rise above these conditionings, then only we come back to our essential self. So, tad bhogaya purarbhogya bhogaya tarajanmane panchi karoti bhagavan pratyekam vyadadikam. Then the Paramatma, what he does for the experience of the various objects for the experiencer, Bhagavan now mixes all these Pancha Mahabhutas. Technically it is called as Panchikaranam. In that Panchikaranam, what happens? This is just explanation, don't take it seriously and forget after I tell you. Each Pancha Mahabhut is divided into half. And half is kept intact and the remaining half is further divided into four. And the four parts go and mix with the remaining four elements. And in this manner, every element has got half its original and 1/8 of the other Mahabhutas. And therefore there is a grossification of these Mahabhutas. From these grossified Pancha Mahabhutas, the gross world is created. And therefore, the ears which are created out of the space, Sattva Guna, will hear the sounds, the objects which are created out of the Tamoguni aspect of the space by the faculty called as the ear, which is created out of the Rajoguni aspect of the space. So the space is further divided into three. With the Sattva Guna, the space becomes the organ of perception. With the Tamoguna, the space becomes the object of perception, Shabda. And with the Rajoguna, the same space becomes the instrument of perception. In this manner, one space is divided into three because of the three gunas association. Now what happens? We get lost either in the sounds or we get lost only in the hearing. I can't hear proper, I can hear proper. See friends. But if we recognize this, that all of them come out of me, Mayi eva sakalam jatam, Mayi sarvam pratishtitam, Mayi sarvam layam yati, tad brahmadvayam asmyam. But we get disturbed on every small little thing. And because of that, although we are divine, we are not able to recognize our own divinity. This is called technically as pratyabhijna. Pratyabhijna is recognize your divinity. You don't have to create anything. Then panchikaroti bhagavan pratyekam vyadadikam. Now what is the process of panchikaranam? Dvidha vidaya chaikaikam chaturtha prathamam puna swa idara dvitiya amshaihi yojanat panchate. I told you this. Tairanda tatra bhunam bhogya bhogashayo bhavaha hiranyagarbha sthulesmin dehe vaishvanaro bhave. Then the various kinds of things and beings are created, the gross bodies are created, and in the gross body Hiranyagarbha enters and he becomes the Tejas. And in this manner the Vaishvanara enters and becomes the Virata enters and becomes the Vaishvanara. So, Tejasa Vishvatam Yatam Devatiryang Naradayam Te Parang Darshana Pratyak Tattva Bodha Vivarjitaha. Then, this Tejas, the subtle body owner or the dreamer, he now is reduced further by identification with the gross body, he becomes the Vishwa, and from the Vishwa onwards, individuality is born. Man, woman, young, old, human beings, animals, gods, demons, all these are created. And thereafter, te parang darshinaha. Now here is the important word. They become extrovert. Parag darshinaha. Parag means something other than yourself. And it is not anybody's fault. Kathopanishad tells very clearly, Paranchi khani vitrunat swayambhu tasmat paran pashyati nantaratman kaschid dhiraha pratyagatmanavaikshat avrutta chakshuhu amrutattvamichan. Paranchi khani vitrunat swayambhu. Swayambhu Bhagavan Paramatma khani indriyani. He created all the faculties, paranchi, paran anchati, those who become extrovert by default. Now take for example, when you are sitting in your eyes, you will be looking outside. Because these are the windows through which you have to look outside. Suppose somebody goes and stands near the window and we ask, hey, what are you seeing outside? No, I am not seeing outside. I am seeing inside. From the window you cannot see inside. Then, kaschit dhiraha. Some wise man has really understood this. That as long as I am identified with the sense organs, I will be extrovert. Then, avrutta chakshuhu. So his spiritual practice begins. Avrutta chakshuhu, now he is no more slave to the sense organs. Sense organs are under perfect control. Avrutta chakshuhu. But why do this thing? Amrutatvamichan. He doesn't want anything in this world. He wants to discover the divine self that he is. But who can do it? Kaschid dhiraha. Rare indeed is one among millions who is seeking something higher in life. We are all seeking all useless things. This thing, that thing. At the most, Bhagavan ka darshan. After that, what will you do? You have heard Bhagavad Mahapuran. There is a story in that about Dhruva. Why Dhruva did tapasya, upasana? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. For what he did? Because he was pushed away from the lap of his father and Naradji gave him instruction. If you want something, a permanent place to stay, invoke God. So he started invoking Narayana. Narayana came. And then, before Dhruva asking anything, Narayana told, okay, you will be ruling the world and after this is dissolved, you will be in the Uttara Dhruva, in the North Pole, you will be ruling there. And after giving this blessing, Narayana disappeared immediately. Thereafter, Bhagavad Mahapuran clearly tells, Dhruva started crying. After having seen the Lord, what did I ask? There was one Bihari and he had an appointment with the President of America. And he had only 2 minutes at his disposal. Whatever you want, you will be given. So he reached there. And he didn't know what to ask. We don't know what we want. So the secretary told, come on, ask quickly what you want. Only 2 minutes. Now this Bihari is confused. When you get confused, you start switching on all your switches. And he took out one small container, took out tamaku. And then he asked the President of America, do you have chuna? We don't know what we want. Friends, till such time you want anything, you are not fit to know the truth. Nothing. This is not something great I am telling you. I am analyzing your experience. When you go to sleep, what is the last thing that you struggle? I want to sleep. I want to sleep. Till such time, want is there, I is there, sleep doesn't begin. When even the want for the sleep is dropped, the I is also dropped, then the sleep remains. In sleep, there is neither I nor want. But all our sadhana is wanting this thing, wanting that thing. Bhagwan, darshan kab doge? What will you do after darshan? Chuna hai kya? See, friends, therefore, these things are meant for bringing our attention to the self, not getting lost. So, Tejasa Vishwatam Yatam Devatiryangarareha Te Parag Darshinaha Pratyak Tattva Bodha Vivarjitaha. And they become so extrovert that they don't even recognize their own divine nature. As I told you, these are very simple things. Objects cover our sense organs. How? When we give undue importance to the objects, sense organs are totally neglected. Then we give too much importance to the sense organs, mind is neglected. When you give too importance to the emotions, the intellect is neglected. See? And then Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. He told me he doesn't like crying people. Constantly crying. No. And this intellect covers the truth. Intellect becomes arrogant, logic. And the truth is beyond logic. So these are the steps. First, drop the object, then drop the sense organs, then drop the mind, then drop the intellect. And how to drop the intellect? Yoga kshemam vahamyam. Accept this. What is your need will be provided. What is not needed will be taken away. We trust that useless LIC. Yoga kshemam vahamyam. Narayana tells directly, we don't accept it. See? Therefore, te parag darshinaha, they become extrovert. When they become extrovert, then what happens? Kurvate karma bhogaya, karma kvartum cha bhunjate, nadyam kitam ivavartan, avartantaram ashate, vrajanto janmano janma, labante neva nirvritim. Now once this individuality becomes very strong, then their whole life is what? Be attentive. What is our whole life? If we want to write our autobiography in a line or two, what we will write? We have been struggling to fulfill our desires right from birth till now, and yet we have not successfully fulfilled all our desires. Other than that, what we have done? And what is realization? Freedom from desires. But that is the desire I have. See? Therefore, here, kurvate karma bhogaya. Whenever you have got a desire, you just cannot keep quiet. See? Many times you decide, okay, I will sit for meditation. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. But Om Namah Shivaya can be chanted by doing karma also. So why not I will wash my clothes also and Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Because there is a pressure, I have to wash my clothes. Think about it. Therefore, when there is a sense of incompleteness, that sense of incompleteness creates a turmoil in the mind. The turmoil is called as desire. And when the desire pressure increases, that pressure like a horsepower, the desire pressure creates a donkey power. And the donkey power puts us into activity. Think. There was a child, and in their house there was a rule. Unless he finishes his bath and does the puja of the god, he will not get food. So poor child, he has to do it every day, and elders will not do. Elders are useless. So the child has to take. One day he went in the morning to play with his friend. And in his friend's house they played up to 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock. And then his friend's mother also gave him nice food to eat. He had nice fill up to the neck. Then he came home. And then the commentary started. Today somebody is not going to get food because somebody has not done the puja. Unless the puja is done, food is not given. Now he was already full. Who cares? See? In the same manner, when we have the sense of incompleteness, then that sense of incompleteness creates uneasiness. That uneasiness is called a desire. And the desire pushes you. Now tell me otherwise, intelligent, wise, happy, free boy, why he should think of getting married? He has got everything. Intelligence, happy, free, rich, and yet, what a life without a wife. And after marriage, what a life because of the wife. So see friends, so what is the source of the desires? Is the sense of incompleteness. And in deep sleep, when we are not identified with our body as well as the mind, there is no sense of incompleteness. Therefore there is no desire. Therefore there is no activity. But in the waking state, we are identified with this body, so it is finite. Therefore there is something incomplete. I think I should get another watch. This is the old style, I should get the Apple Watch. But is the Apple Watch matching with the Android phone? Desires. Now whatever watch you made, 9:30 will be 9:30 only. It won't change. See how these desires are born in our mind. And once this desire power overpowers, then we are bound to get into activity. So, kurvate karma bhogaya. Now when the objects are with us, are they meant for only maintaining or keeping? No, bhoga, we want to enjoy them. How do we enjoy the ornaments? All of you are having ornaments, isn't it? I don't have anything. How do you enjoy ornaments? Showing to the people. They'll be putting the, what do you call that, necklace, half outside, half inside. And I didn't know this fashion. Recently, I was somewhere in some marriage. So one person has put, that thing, half outside, half inside. I said, hey, wait a minute. I opened this shirt button and everything put inside and closed it. He looked at me. I said, did I do something wrong? I said, it was half open. I thought you are by mistake. Then his wife said, Swamiji, you don't know anything. Like the ladies have got all ornaments hanging around them, gents also want to show. I also got a necklace. Not only necklace, headless also. This is how we do the bhog. So, kurvate karma bhogaya. Then, karma kartum cha bhunjate. So, we do karma to get the things. We enjoy and then we like it or we dislike it. If we like, we follow it up. If we dislike, we follow something else. And in this manner, nadyam kitam ivavartan. Be attentive. This is a very deep, deep topic. Life is to be looked upon in two ways. One is the general life that we are all living. Our general life is beginning from the womb and entering the tomb. There is no reverse gear. There is no change in the direction. You cannot. This is a common part of our life, everybody's life. The second part is like the river. River has got two types of water flows. One water flow is from the origin to the destination in one direction. But in between, in that flowing water, there are whirlpools. And what is the movement of the waters in the whirlpools? It is a centripetal force. And when that any insect or any animal or any wooden piece, anything, when it is flowing in that unidirectional flow of water, it happens to come in contact with that whirlpool and it is pulled down because of the centripetal force and it suffers, suffocates, becomes miserable. And again, for no reason, it is thrown out of that whirlpool. And again it starts flowing in the same direction. Then, is it over? No. Second whirlpool is waiting. Again we get into that. Is it not our life? Our life is flowing from womb to tomb. In between, body identification whirlpool comes. We get body identified and pulled into the mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife. We get frustrated and for no reason we go to sleep even in satsang. Then life continues. Life doesn't stop. Again we wake up from the satsang, again get identified with the body, again the same thing. How many times we have been doing it? But we have never recognized this. That our life has these two flows. One is toward the goal. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam, that is the goal. But in between, these whirlpools are pulling us down. And body identification has no logic, no reason. On what ground we can say, I am the body? It is not created by us. The body doesn't listen to us. And yet I am the body. And we are intelligent people. Dumbo? What intelligence is there? Therefore, this point I have been emphasizing again and again. The real spiritual practice begins when you work on freedom from body identification. If that is not being achieved, you may do Kurute Ganga Sagara Gavanam Vrata Paripalanam Athava Danam Jnana Vihina Sarvamatena Bhajatina Muktim Janmashatena. Or else you do lot of tapasya. Agre Vanni Prishte Bhanu Ratro Chubuku Samarpita Janu. Or wait, what is the hurry now? It is meant, spirituality meant for the old age. See? Angam Galitam Palitam Mundam Dashanavinam Jatam Tundam Vruddho Yati Gruhitva Dandam Tadapina Munchati Asha Pindam. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Ram, Ram, Ram. Friends, rise above all this. These are covering our divine nature. And that divine is suffocating inside. And that suffocation is expressed as miseries in our life. Let him express in full glory. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha.